Hello, everyone, and welcome back to D&D&D&D&D campaign number 2 of Black Ink and Blue Blood. When we last left off, the party began their march alongside the Tebadran militia into the Sprintwood to hunt down Lucian's brother, who makes a mysterious constructed plot against them. His final errand for the Concord, as the Lady in White has delivered on her promise, it is now time for Lucifer to deliver on his. Not if the party has anything to say about it, of course. Saying their temporary farewells and making their arrangements, the party assembles an army and marches off with every troop Tebadra can muster into the Sprintwood to put a stop to Lucifer Lefakir's plan. On arriving and setting up camp for the night to avoid confronting the Umbra Kinetic Mage in the darkness where he'll have an advantage, the party found themselves ambushed by orcish raiders, having a troll leader of theirs fake being wounded to lure in travelers before waylaying them with superior numbers and ferocity. Lucian, and General Proctor barely escaping with their lives. As the military regroups and Caleb orders them to seek out and punish these orcish menaces, Zephyred on ahead and began sabotaging the encampment, tripping up the troops, attempting to poison the troll, which we'll see how that pans out.
Zephyr.
Zephyr's a lot of things, and one of those things is Zephyr.
Yeah, I should hope so.
We'll see.
Oh boy.
So with that said, as those of you who were in the battle take a breather, Zephyr, when we last left you off, you were making your way away from the encampment. Is there anything else that you would like to do, or are you going to head back and rejoin the rest of the party? All right, we'll circle back to you.
We can't hear you.
To?
Austin, but yeah, he wasn't coming in.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just make sure you give me an indicator that you're thinking.
I kind of did, but then I forgot I was muted as well. So I was like,
well, he said, yeah, I didn't get an indicator.
Yeah, so I figured maybe he had just realized you weren't talking to him. Exactly.
Yeah, anyways, so yeah, I have made the rolls on my end for your sabotage of the orcs. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I will turn back to the others.
All right. And Caleb, just as partially a refresher on my part and maybe a clarification, so you sent out some of your troops to track down the orcs. What exactly is the game plan? Like, do you want them to, basically, how do you want the army to be divvied up, and what exactly are their orders should they find the orcs?
Should they find the orcs, he wanted them to basically alert the rest of the force of where they are, and then they can all move to deal with them.
Okay.
Basically, send a signal somehow for everyone to converge on that location.
Okay, noted. Just wanted to clarify.
Can I say something as well to
Yeah, of course.
or
Yep.
whoever?
Yeah, go for it.
Lucian will also have them note the troll may be a little sore, so I think I'm really.
I didn't hear what they said.
The troll may be a little sore.
Okay.
Because she got him real good.
Yeah.
So I said hit him work.
All right.
Can you hear me better now?
We can hear you. It's just that it occasionally gets cut off. Either you need to keep your mic closer or you need to adjust your sensitivity.
Okay. This should be better.
Okay. All right. A quiet falls over the Sprintwood for a time. There is an uncertainty as the various a scouting force of Tebadrans heads ahead to track down these orcs and identify their location before returning. Zephyr, are you doing any speed enhancements during your return trip, or are you just going to go at your normal pace now that you got what you wanted?
I'll go at my normal pace. I don't want to
Okay.
waste him.
Yeah, that's fair. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, then he's still pretty fast.
All right. Zephyr, as you're making your way back through the Sprint Wood, back the way you had come, the military encampment of Tebadrins kind of slowly settles into place. Not making camp again, but ready to move, but stopping to catch their breath, as they had been woken up really suddenly, ran for a while, and then stopped. So, having to kind of wean off that adrenaline. But Zephyr, you're about, by your recollection, maybe a third of the way back, maybe halfway, after about 20-30 minutes. And you start to see movement through the trees nearby. A scouting force of the Tebadrin army. You can hear twigs snapping, see leaves rustling, branches being moved out of the way. You're not sure if it's them being kind of tired from being woken up so suddenly and not having gotten a complete rest, or if it's just they're not paying attention, but you can instantly clock they are not being as sneaky as they think they are.
I was like,
They're-
they got a lot of noise.
Yeah, at the pace they're going, they'll reach the. If they keep going the same direction, they'll reach the orc force in about maybe 20 minutes to a half hour. But if they don't shape up, they're 100% going to get caught.
This is why you don't drink and fight. Well, drink and sneak.
Do you wish to do anything, or leave them to make their
yes.
mistakes?
No, I don't. It'll cause more problems down the line. I'm gonna, I guess, try to point towards where like the majority of them are as best I can. I'm gonna pull out my decanter of endless water and say geyser.
You gotta douse them in water.
Hey, their fault for being non.
For being bad thieves.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Hey,
douse
better,
them.
better water than something else that could kill him.
Does geyser do damage?
It can. Well, it could do like a small amount of damage, but it can knock them off the tree line, fall. But I just trying to get their attention.
Maybe it'll wake them up.
You,
Yeah,
you
too.
could have just said, "Hey, you guys, I see you." Not geyser.
But geyser.
Their fault.
Yep.
Let Zephyr do what Zephyr does.
Sorry about that. Bit of technical issue on my end.
Rip.
Matt, we can't hear you again.
Yeah, rip Matthew.
Oh no.
Our DM.
Matthew.
Oh no! Our
Our
DM.
DM.
Yeah,
He's
sorry,
broken.
I was going to Google the decanter of endless water, and I guess that was one too many tabs.
No!
You gotta close
I
those
mean-
tabs, man.
I need
I
them.
tell you, it's to produce 30 gallons of water that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide as a bonus action.
Okay.
You can aim the geyser, and if I hit a target, they have to make a 13 strength saving throw.
Okay.
Well, these guys are all fucked.
Uh,
They're thieves, not warriors.
these can have some strength to them. It's just, Zephyr's just not one of them.
Caleb's also not one of them.
It's possible, just none of the royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably.
I mean, in Caleb's defense, he's also like, you know, still
A
not
child.
fully grown.
I mean, I'm a kobold of 9 years old.
Yeah, but you're a kobold. They're like small and weak boys.
Zephyr, seeing an army that is at least partially yours being so unstealthy is frankly insulting. So, grabbing your decanter of endless water, you take aim, geyser. And as this jettison of water soaks all of them, that is a failure on their strength save. So what exactly happens?
One moment.
Rip Austin.
Sorry.
I think you said they just fall.
Well, yeah. Well, they take 1d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone.
All right.
And you can target as if it's an object. Yeah.
Okay. Zephyr, as you douse the scouting force in water, they all fall sputtering, gasping, and coughing over themselves. And finally, as the confusion subsides, you see one of them kind of grabbing onto the nearby trees to pull themselves back up, slipping in the mud and water, and drawing their short sword and looking around in confusion. Curse you for breathing, you green skin idiot! Where are you?
Wow.
That's gonna be embarrassing.
Yep. So much for peaceful. We accept all people. But Zephyr's gonna look at his skin like, I don't believe I'm green skinned, but
the scouts kind of wipe the water off of their faces and refocus on you, and finally one of them kind of stomps their foot in the mud petulantly. What was exactly that supposed to accomplish, Your Majesty?
I would assume it probably saved your lives, because you weren't exactly very. You were very loud. If you would have managed to find them, I think they would have found you.
They kind of grumble to each other, not seeming thrilled about it, but acknowledging that, yeah, they're not exactly in a position to talk back to you.
If you wish to find them, I'll point towards where he saw the camp. So next time I would try to not make so much.
You see General Volpine picking himself out of the mud, and he kind of glares at you for a moment before glancing the direction you had indicated and back to you.
Oh, it was the general in this group?
Yeah, you sent him off to scout, remember?
Yeah, and apparently he didn't remember the first rule of being a rogue.
You have seen their encampment.
Yeah, I messed with them a little bit.
Is.
As I just said, it's over in that direction.
Well, that makes our job easier. We'll report back and cut them off. You said you mess with them. How much time do you think you've bought us?
I know that they were planning on leaving. I'm not sure much, but at least not without getting caught. I know I did spike their main officer, the big troll or big guy that they had, but I assume that's going to take a while to take effect, if it does at all.
Well, it's better than nothing. Do you wish to come back with us to report?
Saying you want me to go with you to the encampment?
He shakes his head and points back the way the troops had come from. His Majesty said to report once we had found them. Thanks to you, we found them.
I'm not sure what my brother has planned, but I'm pretty sure they have plans to leave. So, don't think they're where they are now.
Well, we can discuss it with His Majesty when we return. What will you do?
I was walking back myself.
Then we shall return as well. His Majesty has promised me a meal.
I believe the trolls were.
I'll take what I can get. The only thing I was told not to have is elf bones.
Well, then your meal is. Wouldn't that mean your meal is that way?
Yes, but I have orders.
Huh?
Unless you're willing to cover for me. He gives you a snide grin. It's a shame.
Hilarious.
The scouts were ambushed. The bloodshed couldn't have been avoided.
Oh. That kind of cover.
All our guys are dead. Oh. Not really sure.
Excuse me.
I'm not really sure what this would, accomplish. I could just tell them that you went on ahead to look for them in more detail. All of them, maybe even.
He gives a bit of a shrug and if you have no intention of taking the bodies, then I can wait. My kind are ambush hunters, after all. He slinks low into the brush and mud. Are you ready to head back?
There's no problem. Yeah,
Alright.
heading back anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, if they could do it without being caught.
Is there anything those of you still at the camp would like to do? You have about 45 minutes before Zephyr and the scouts return.
Not really.
Caleb will just be doing his best to make sure everyone is ready to move and, as awake as can be.
Okay. All right. As mentioned, about 45 minutes pass, and you all start to hear the rustle in the tree line as the scouts return. Caleb, you can see they're soaking wet and covered in mud, and your brother is among them.
Have you found anything?
Yeah, they found salt.
Yeah,
Mud?
that's right. That's right, Your Majesty. They're about a mile or two out that way. He points at the direction they had come.
Is that the direction of the camp?
Roll survival.
I can't. Yes, I just use my fucking
Can I?
ability.
Yeah, I was gonna say that,
I
Since
can
I've
tell which
been-
way it is from memory. Probably survival. You said.
Yes, and keen mind is you know which way is north.
keen mind is you know which way is north.
But I also
Can I help
remember
because
everything
I've been
within
there?
last month.
Also,
Roll survival with advantage.
Since Caleb is from the area, could he, estimate where like the best spot for a camp would be in that direction?
Roll survival.
Oh, no advantage because I know the area.
You know the area in theory, but remember this area isn't super frequented by the Tevadrians anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, you were like 4 when the Tevadrians still lived here.
I got
He was Babby. He was
Nope.
little Babby.
Is that with advantage, Mira?
Oh, did I have advantage?
Yeah, because what's this was helping you.
Oh, thank you.
I got a 14.
Because you gotta get better than an 11. I'm sorry, Mira.
Ooh, I got a 17.
All right. Lucian, with your keen mind, you do remember that it is northward.
Hello?
You recall more specifically that, yes, it's northward about 1.5 to 2 miles out, and is, in fact, in the direction the scouts indicated. Caleb, your survival?
That way.
I already said 14.
You don't know of many specifically encampment areas that would be good, but you do know that this is very close to Tebadra Farm, so more than likely, they would either have Tebadra Farms as their main established area and only set up camp nearby if they were like caught out in some way, or if it were a neutral force, they would camp in the Sprintwood, but that could be literally anywhere. But
Yeah,
again,
So it is in the direction of Tebadra Farms.
Yes.
That does make sense that that's where their little scouting
Okay.
group would be.
mhm.
I think
Okay.
Amanda's trying to say something, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like
Hello?
3 different people were asking for rolls, so I was trying to cover everyone. Go ahead, Luce.
I didn't hear the outcome because my headphones went out. I'm also watching pizza.
You recalled that it was out north, and What's-His recalled that it was specifically about 1.5 miles out.
I'll look over to Caleb. You know this woods, right? Is this where we need to go?
Caleb was like, it is in the direction of where you said they were set up, so it makes sense. Alright. It's time to move out. And Caleb will rally the troops to try to converge on the location.
All right.
He might send some of his rogues to try to go ahead and try to cut them off, so that way they can't just keep moving, and then the rest of the force can come in from behind.
Okay,
Can I
noted.
go as part of the cutoff force?
Certainly.
Well, no, he's asking Caleb.
Yeah, I was.
Because he's spearheading this.
If you wish, that is fine.
Yeah.
I know Volpine would probably like to be in that force.
But what if we need you?
I love it when they try to run.
Gil,
Yeah.
what if we need you?
We're very
So
important.
Caleb will gather. I
What
guess
is what?
What if we need you?
you're like very muffled.
What if we need you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well. If y'all need me that badly when you got an army of how many here, then I think we have bigger things to worry about.
Alright, so Caleb will gather, I guess, we'll try to gather, like, basically, like, the scouts, or not scouts, like, the rogues in the group that he knows are, like, the fastest, and then have them go with Volpine and What's-His to be the cutoff force.
Okay. Any preference on like, essentially like fractioning, like essentially like, you know, 1/3 of the army, 1/5 of the army, like any preference?
We'll do a third.
Okay.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, sure. All right.
It's like the fastest third of the army will go ahead to try to cut them off and basically just, if nothing else, slow them down enough that the main force can catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Would this
You know-
mean that we're going closer to the Capcom, or like I'm not really, I'm
Then we're
not the
going.
chef. So can like somebody explain to me like should I be going there too? Because I don't know
I
what I should be
I
doing.
I could barely
yeah,
understand most of that.
whatever you're using right now is not legible to us. I'm sorry.
Okay, hang on. I'll be right.
Are you
It
using the
sounds like you're
headphones?
talking like through a pillow.
And in the interim, so okay, the current divvying is let me make sure my math is right here. Oh, almost. There we go. Okay. Okay. So you will be going with the flanking force, which is going to be spearheaded by Volpine. Zephyr, any preference from you?
He has
Yeah,
none.
Caleb knows better than to order Zephyr.
I mean, it just depends on your orders, but he has no preference one way or the other. I mean, I know if he goes towards the spear force, he'll have to slow down, probably.
So you want to go off
He'd
on
have
your
to
own?
slow down for either force.
So you want to just do your own thing?
He'll just kind of, I guess, he's already done all the running for the day. You know, he'll go towards the slower force. He's like, all right.
Okay,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
Much better.
Yeah, you don't sound like you're talking into a pillow.
Yeah, I didn't know y'all were in my pocket. I'm not exactly sure what I should be doing.
Which force do you want to go?
Yeah. I can basically one smaller group is going to go ahead of the others to try and prevent the orcs from retreating to Major Farms. The larger force is going to march the way you were already going, and the idea is that you're going to pincer them between the two. Is going with the flankers. Zephyr and Caleb are staying with the main force.
To be honest with you, I still don't know where I should go.
I'll just put you with the main force unless you have any objections to that.
Yeah, just
I guess.
Caleb just be like, Lucian, you just stay with us.
Alright.
Yeah, they need their medic.
Am I like the only one who can heal?
Yes.
Sort of.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some people in the army who at least know like basic shit, like how to wrap something.
No pressure then.
Like I said, sort of.
No pressure then.
As the army divvies up their forces, Caleb, one of the scouts you had sent ahead during the previous scouting, approaches you and kind of puts a somewhat muddy hand on your shoulder with a wide grin. And you'll be happy to know, Your Majesty, we poisoned the troll.
Oh, that is fantastic news.
Because like,
How did y'all
managed to
manage
get
that
that
one?
I'm surprised you're able to get that close to them.
Well, we're Tebadrons, ain't we? We're real sneaky-like.
No, really, who should we be thinking?
Well, me.
Does Caleb remember that Zephyr came back with him?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't specifically one of you?
Well, I guess specifically it was me, but, you know, I like to share the credit.
Can I insight that?
Roll insight.
I don't know, just
That
the way he's talking, like, he's talking in that disingenuous voice. So Caleb just kind of looks to, like, Volpine and Zephyr's like, is that what happened?
15.
Zephyr says nothing.
Volpine shrugs. What's his?
15.
He's totally bullshitting.
Caleb didn't pick up on that, so he was like, well, I guess good job then. Above and beyond, I guess.
The thanks is good enough, Your Majesty, although if you want to give me a pay raise, I'll certainly take that as well.
Let's wait till we
Yeah.
won this battle before we consider things like that.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Never miss an opportunity, do you?
The only pay raise I think you need is one for good storytelling.
He kind of glares at you.
Like he
Gamma.
wouldn't beat the Badrian if he didn't try.
All right.
I guess once the main force is set, Caleb will tell them go ahead and slow them down if you can. Basically, ideally stop them. If you can't do that, then slow them down.
Yes, sir, Your Majesty. All right.
I think Caleb was basically thinking like if you can't stop them without being annihilated, then just slow them down.
Yeah. All right. What's his? Roll stealth on behalf of the scouts, and Caleb. What? I believe you have a better stealth modifier than Zephyr.
Yes.
So Caleb, you roll stealth for the main force.
Gotcha. And is it a sound-based situation?
Yeah, absolutely. What's his? Go ahead and do yours in the meantime. You have a better stealth than the Tebadrins.
Okay.
So.
All right,
I got a
sorry
better
about that.
stealth than Badrian?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
You remember you're like level 14, right?
Yeah, but.
I mean, what's your stealth modifier?
+8.
So yeah, you absolutely have a better stealth modifier than them.
You have proficiency in stealth?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Are you
did.
surprised?
He's a rogue who's pretending to be a barbarian.
Yeah. It's...
What?
So what's his? And
Wait,
Caleb
is
rolled
he
stealth for your-
really a?
No.
Is he,
No, he's
No.
not. It's
He
just
plays
a, joke
a
we
lot.
like to make.
Yeah, he plays a lot of rogue.
I'm a
moves.
barbarian who pretends to be a rogue.
Yeah. So you two roll stealth for your respective armies.
Alright. First roll was crap. Second roll was crap. So, lucky,
All right.
crap, lucky, much better.
I was gonna say, like, maybe I should have rolled.
I mean, you can. It's always just whoever has the highest.
I know.
Okay, hang on. I gotta do a little bit of math here because I'm not good with teens.
All right. While you're doing that, what's your stealth?
33.
It is 27.
Okay.
Like, for context, I rolled a 5, a 7, a 3, and then finally a 19.
I mean, I would
Jesus.
say half those are still technically 25.
What?
Yeah, half of them are technically like 25 because reliable talent.
I completely forgot about reliable talent.
Well, you remember now.
But
Okay.
I got better.
I have a 33.
Okay. What's his? As the scouts are gathered, you march off ahead. Caleb, you give them about a 5-10 minute head start, and then the main force begins to move. You march through the Sprintwood. And Caleb, you're starting to notice the same thing that Zephyr had. Periodically, you'll catch a troop slipping, kind of drifting away from the group, stepping on twigs, knocking aside branches because
Can
they're
I-
impatient.
Can I give
Can I
guidance?
have,
Can I give them guidance? Can I because it's a cantrip?
I think you have to do that before the roll.
Actually, let me check.
I guess we'll just note, like, Caleb is trying to, like, whip them into shape.
No, yeah, I was gonna flavor that's what your lucky and advantage was. And because it's an ongoing check, I'll allow it. You may also add a D4, Caleb.
Okay, make it a 35.
Okay. Caleb and
Let's see,
Lucian.
what do I have to bap them on the head with?
I could just bap them.
Yeah, that's why the King of Debater had his staff.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
wasn't
with
gonna,
the
like,
beaten
hit him.
stick.
He wasn't gonna, like, hit him hard. Just kind of like a little, like,
Oh.
hey.
Stop it.
Bap, 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 bap.
Okay,
All right.
unless Thieves' Tools has something in it that could be a good bapping device.
Actually, you do get like a little tiny hammer.
Caleb will use the tiny hammer to lightly bap them whenever he sees them like getting out of line.
All right,
Yes.
and Lucian, whenever you see Caleb do that, you grab them and apply guidance, and slowly but surely,
I give them guidance by bapping them.
yeah, Zephyr, as your brother and medic, periodically bap the troops. You do have to admit, they are slowly whipped into shape, and by the time you get about to where you met them the first time, they've gone from a rowdy bunch of drunks to a surprisingly coherent, stealthy unit, snaking their way through the Springwood.
Again, Caleb just like lightly,
No,
Like,
I get you, man. I know.
like
I know.
not
it's
trying to
like-
like hurt them.
I
Just,
know.
like,
I
get
know. I
their
would actually
attention.
roll damage if it was to hurt them.
Yeah, no, I'm not recording.
He's just trying to-
If you say bap, I assume it's not gonna hurt them.
Okay, I didn't know if you understood BAP to mean like not hurt. Like I wasn't saying
I
BAP
like
was
that.
just because like technically BAP is just like another way of saying hit.
What's is your chunk of the troops have a similar problem, but you're able to keep them largely on track. While you don't have the level of cohesion that Caleb and Lucian organize, go ahead.
I'm gonna have the baseball bat, the metal.
Please
Cool,
don't
he's
hit my
got-
troops over
You're
the.
gonna break their ribs.
He's just gonna have it out as a incentive stick.
Yeah, like,
All right.
You're just like
When
your dad.
Caleb's troops are gonna be like, don't ever make us go with that guy again.
Yeah, he's just like his dad.
He's like treating it like a
Don't get
drill
me
sergeant.
killed. Like you guys try to get me killed, I hit you with a stick.
What's is, as you notice the still not quite sober troops are starting to get louder, you break out the stick of encouragement, and that the
I'm
unspoken
renaming that.
Yeah, rename it to the stick of encouragement.
and the silent threat seems to be enough to sober them up pretty damn fast.
Man, Caleb's troops are gonna hate working for Whats's. They're gonna be like,
I
we
mean,
don't like
he has
that
the
guy.
old friends, so I mean, they.
He treats it like a drill sergeant.
He kind of is. Okay, we called it the stick of encouragement.
Amazing.
That
that
cut out.
That is not what I heard.
We know what it was meant to be. Come on, guys. We're not five.
It cut out, and so I know it's not. I know it's not what he said.
I'll give you guys a minute to get it out of your system.
I know it's not what he said, but he sounds.
Dick.
I just heard ick of encouragement.
I heard dick. I heard
He's got that too.
Oh my god! Lucian just wrenched in my mind.
What? She grabs a troll dick, but he has one, and is like,
Alright, cool. Time for 2 sips.
We're going to drive. We're going to drive. Drive Matt to drink.
"You're welcome, Matthew."
Are we driving you? Are we driving you to drink, Matthew?
Yes, actually. No, I was just sitting there drinking my milk and just thinking, like, I love how literally just hearing the sound ick was enough to get you guys going long enough for me to drain the glass. I had enough time to drain the glass, wipe my mouth, and put it back down, and then get back into DM mode before you guys calm down.
yeah.
I know, I'm sorry.
I can't help it.
I'm
There's like
immature.
there's not a lot of words that have that at the end of it. Ick.
Yeah, power word laugh.
All I heard was dick.
I heard ick and my brain auto-completed dick.
Yeah, same.
Because your brain controls your entire perception
Alright,
of
time for
reality.
3. Awesome.
Okay.
God,
okay.
Matthew, now you're just
Okay,
taking the
okay,
piss.
yeah.
It takes you guys about 2 hours going stealthily, especially with such a large group, but eventually, as you kind of peel off of the main path a little bit to circle around where the encampment was estimated to be. You're the first one to notice it. Thankfully, you are evading notice for the time being. You see that the orcs have set up an encampment in a muddy incline. And you can see ball peens are scattered around.
Peens.
And the orcs are covered in mud. And the troll is no longer bearing any of the injuries you saw him with before, but is currently skulking around the encampment. And you notice him periodically grabbing an orc, yanking their water skins out of their hands, and drinking the whole thing in a rush before looking at it and growling, throwing it to the side, and moving to another orc to grab his.
Oh my god,
Freaking-
this is...
He's probably still in pain.
Honestly, we could probably just surround them and just firing squad them right now.
And Zephyr, for your reference,
Yep.
you did not successfully get him high, but you did successfully get him addicted.
Yeah. So
Nice!
it sounds like he wants more.
But he doesn't realize what was wrong with his water skin.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to drink all the water skins.
That is fantastic.
Caleb, Zephyr, and Lucian, you're the next to arrive, and you pull in silently from the south, and you see the same sight. Assuming What's-His didn't wander off, he should be across from you, prepared to flank.
Can Caleb see anyone across the way?
Roll perception.
Okay, then.
Can I help him?
Roll perception flat.
You didn't say with disadvantage.
I wanted to see if someone would help you first. It's dark right now, so it's hard to see.
And also guidance.
Alright, flat roll, D4.
Alright, let me just throw a d4 into my hand too while I'm at it.
I mean, that's what I do.
Okay, it's going to be... It was perception, so that'll be 21 plus 3, so 24.
What's-His, your stealth was a 25, if I recall?
No. It
Do you
was
remember what it was?
a 27.
Okay. Caleb, you don't see anyone, but again, you gave him a 10-minute head start. It took you hours to get here. If he's not here by now, he's either lost or... You feel like you would have heard it if he got caught, so...
You know, I complimented him one time for being reliable, and this is what he does to us.
Okay, let's
That was
see.
directed to Caleb, by the way.
Caleb would just be like, alright, just... Zephyr, do you think you can do me a favor?
That depends on the favor.
Can you sneak around to where they are to give them a message?
What is that message?
Tell them
You know-
to go ahead and... Because I think you said it was in like a dip, right, Matthew?
Yeah, it's like on a muddy incline.
No. Ask them to surround the dip with our ranged fighters.
We don't have to send him. I could just send a message.
That would work too. It looks like they're
Alright.
pretty well distracted. So if
What
you
is it
surround-
exactly that? What is it exactly that you want me to say? Because I only have.
We're going to try to surround the dip with our ranged weapons, and then we will fire down into the dip.
Surround the dip. Okay. I will send a message to Watson's.
Because they seem quite distracted right now. Like they're not paying attention to what's going on around them, right, Matthew?
Not as far as you can tell now. Like, the
So-
orcs are keeping, like, a kind of vague eye on their surroundings just because they're trying to be cautious, but, yeah.
We can tell they're slipping in mud and ball bearings, and
Yeah, it's a bad day to be an orc.
and it's about
I'm
to
gonna-
get worse.
I'll just give him like the information that Caleb said
Okay,
in 25 words or less.
noted. What's-His? You receive a message from Lucian in your mind. Surround the incline with ranged attackers. We're going to surround them.
Okay, guys, we got our orders now. We're supposed to get ready. Time for a feast.
The fat one is mine.
You
Is
can
he
have
talking about
whichever
the
one you
troll?
want.
And yes, he is talking about the troll.
Are trolls like giant pigs too?
No, trolls are, there is sort of middle ground of slightly reptilian, slightly mammalian. They are the middle ground between orcs, which are mammals, and ogres, which are reptiles.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know ogres were reptiles.
Mm-hmm. All
What
right.
is this setting?
Any final preparations before the attack is launched?
I'm gonna pull out a flash pot.
Okay.
I guess, like, could we say, like, the message also said that the signal is whenever we start shooting?
Surround the dip with ranged fighters. We're going to surround them. The signal is when we start firing. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
All right. There's a silence as you all get into position. Crossbows are raised. Flutzes, you ready a flash pot. The rest of you ready your weapons of choice. Caleb, your call.
Alright, once everyone in his group is set, he's gonna like, you know, you ever seen like how someone will hold a rifle with like one hand by like the middle of it?
Mm-hmm.
He'll be holding the laser rifle like that in like his offhand, and then he'll pull out the sword of subtlety. And once everyone is ready, he points the sword forward and gives the command, "Fire!"
Now, Caleb, you're the king. I will allow you to make this roll. You have advantage on this. We are now in our first instance of... So you guys, in the last session, experienced mob combat. We are now in our first instance of mass combat.
So what am I rolling for this?
So I'm going to give you the short version, just covering it based on relevancy. I've already done most of the math factors myself. In battles like this, where there's like hundreds of people involved, the units are calculated individually and have what's called a battle rating. In the case of the Tebadran army, it is plus 70. So roll a d20 with advantage because you have the high ground and you're surprising them. Roll a d20, you add 70. I'm going to roll a d20. The orcs have 3. And if you roll higher than me, the attack, you guys take the battle, so to speak. And depending on how much you win by, you may inflict heavy casualties.
I was like, you have 70 and I have 3. I'm like,
Yes,
and
and the only way I win is if I roll higher than him.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, considering they're also surrounded, that this is basically going to be just completely destroying this group of orcs and trolls?
Yes, and now there is one addendum I will make for mass combat, just so you guys all know this going in. Mass combat doesn't take place over 6 seconds like D&D combat does. It takes place over a minute. So the way we're going to do things in situations like this, where there's your characters and then also the army, if you want to participate in the battle individually, you are free to do so, but you have to specify either I want to basically jump into the battle myself, or if you want, you can alternatively offer one of your abilities, be it an action, a bonus action, rogue, sneak attack, whatever, to the army's abilities, and you will basically be just included in that unit. If it's character scale, it's the usual 6 seconds, but you'll be fighting a mob like What's and Lucian were before. Or if you're just part of the unit, you'll be just included with that glom, and you can add your abilities to the fight as you wish.
So can Caleb add sneak attack to this attack?
You may.
And I'm throwing in a flash pot.
Yeah, that will be counted as an individual action unless you want to sacrifice the shooting to throw the flash pot.
No. Individual action for that one.
Okay. So, if we get to the end of the battle round and there's any orcs left, if you guys want to, you can jump in yourselves or just see if the army can finish the job. Just wanted to clarify that. Does anyone else want to add their abilities to the onslaught? Just remember, if it's an action, it will take up the rogue's shooting.
Oh, even like guidance?
Yes, if it's an action, yes.
Then no.
Okay. In that case, they will benefit from Caleb's sneak attack, but nothing else. Caleb, what did you get on your d20 with advantage plus 70?
With advantage, let me roll the second one. 80.
Alright, I got 11.
You said plus 3.
I don't think there was mathematically, unless
no,
like
absolutely not.
Really
Absolutely not.
If you roll
like unless a
natural.
natural 20 or could be like an instant success, or a nat 1 is an instant fail.
No, crits don't apply in military battles.
Oh, so
Okay.
there's no way you could lose at least.
Absolutely not. Alright, so you won by 11 or more, so you score heavy casualties. First things first, their battle rating is reduced by 5, so that brings them down to -2. They have to make a
How's the
DC.
morale?
Yeah, I was gonna say they now have to make a DC 10 morale check, which they do succeed. And for casualty calculation, since you guys flocked them up,
How do I add sneak attack to it?
because it's not calculating typical damage, I'm basically going to see if your army on their own just finishes them off. And if they don't, then you can roll the extra damage, and I will calculate it based on the orc's mob.
Also, how would something like the sniper glasses work in this situation?
Are you 30 feet?
Yeah, like, do we count how far the armies are from each other?
Yes, but because of that, basically, unless you're in individual combat, you can't benefit from the sniper goggles.
Okay.
Because I'm only one player.
Well, not only that, but also on the military scale, it's not calculated in the 30 feet intervals. It's calculated in 100 feet intervals because it's just such huge groups. So Caleb literally couldn't be close enough to activate them without being in melee combat.
Fair enough. If like two armies meet in melee combat, does it turn into individual combat at that point?
If you want to, but it doesn't have to.
Oh yeah, it'd just be at that
But
point
like if I
melee.
do individual combat, then it's like it mechanically makes it like I'm being hit by the entire enemy force myself, right?
Not necessarily. Like that's why I specified the difference in time scale, because let's say, because in this situation, if the orcs survive, which I'm still tallying up casualties, I doubt they will, but in the event they were to survive, you guys could then say, okay, we want to jump in like ourselves in individual combat, and basically in the like ongoings of the battle, you guys are still going in your usual 6-second intervals, and the military's turn will take place over a minute while you're doing that. But then once you either finish up what you want to do or get to the end of that minute, then the army goes again.
So we'll be fighting like just individual orcs?
Most likely, but again, I'm tallying up casualties. But any other question before I give the result?
Do I go ahead and roll sneak attack?
Not yet. But like I said, I'm just grabbing.
And,
Also, do armies get surprise rounds?
Yes, which you did get one, but you probably won't need it.
Yeah, and I will hold off on the
Flashbang.
the flash
Pot.
thingy, the flash pot, until the first volley. See if they're still standing, and go from there. Because I don't want to blind my own people.
That's fair. All right.
4 people.
Dokie.
They're under my command at the moment, technically.
I mean, did Caleb say that?
Well, No, but he's there. He's trying to help him.
Yeah, he's assuming.
He's just the actual general is there, but he's like, nah, I got this is
Well,
mine.
considering he failed miserably earlier, even though I don't know that, it's like, yeah, he's thinking with his stomach right now. He's not thinking with his head.
Are you sure it's his stomach he's thinking with?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
What else could he be thinking with?
What do you
Is-
think, my
Yeah,
friend?
he's thinking with his ick.
That's what I'm
I
trying
can't
to
believe you
allude.
just said.
Awful.
I'm just trying to allude to it. I didn't say it. I alluded to it. So
How is that at all applicable to this situation?
It's don't overthink it.
yeah.
All is fair in love and war.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's a different fish right there.
Okay. As the surrounding Tebedras begin to fire, you give the command for your troops to do the same, and the moment the first volley of crossbows just flies into all of this.
I'm almost thinking, man. The volley of crossbows did one little pew.
Bear in mind, you guys are hitting them with a rate of 10 bolts per orc.
Hey man, they fucked with us.
Does that include the troll?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, they started it, we finished it.
I mean, it was what, like 30 of them, Matthew,
Yeah, 25 now, but yeah.
and we just attacked them with what, like 300?
353.
What was that?
353.
We just
So
gotta
yeah, like
remove-
Caleb was not fucking around. There were going to be no survivors from this scouting group to report back.
Now,
It
what
was
if we just
fair
remove
because it was
50 of our
31 at first. Because it was
Didn't
like
hear what
31 at
Austin
first
said.
versus 3. I'm sorry.
I'm just like referencing. What if we remove 500 or 50 of them? Just opinion. Would be the 300.
Oh, I see.
No, I would have survived. I'd be the one that walked away to report back, tell the
Yeah,
story.
right.
I'm missing an eye, but even Lucifer can survive without that, apparently.
All right. The initial Tebedran volley, which takes them by complete surprise as you guys manage to get under their noses, has them completely blindsided. The orcs are instantly all cut down. The only survivor is the troll, who is still standing, but dealing with addiction. He's in complete shock. Do you guys wish to jump in and intervene?
Yeah, can I jump in and intervene? And I would like to speak with the troll.
Yeah, Caleb was gonna give them a chance to surrender.
I was actually gonna do something a little different, if that's
Okay. In that case, Zephyr, anything for the two of you?
No. I just thought we weren't taking any prisoners.
All right.
Who said
Information's information.
As the Tebedrans finish firing their crossbows, most of them, given that they did get a direct order to just stay and fire ranged attacks, they're content to do so, except for General Volpine, who sprints into the orc camp, grabs one by the neck with his jaws, and begins to just eat him right then and there. As the troll watches this in befuddlement, Lucian and Caleb, the two of you step out of the tree line as your force reloads their crossbows. He growls as the two of you exit, and he seems to recognize you, Lucian. As
Yeah,
he
I give him a little crispy smile and just kind of tilt my head to the side. Oh, it's funny that we meet like this again.
Your brother's not going to be happy about this.
Oh, I don't really care about that. See, now you have two choices. That's what I'm saying. Choice number one, we could kill you. Or choice number two, you can wreck from the mountain.
He spits in your direction.
Oh, don't be like
Apparently, he's still got a sore dick about it.
If those options aren't agreeable to you, then I will also accept your surrender.
Go to hell, Pinky. And he charges forward.
Okay, Ionic Axe.
What's this? You jumping in?
Oh yeah, Ionic Axe.
All right.
Through
Zephyr?
the,
Losing just sidesteps to the left and just lets Skill have his fun.
All right. Zephyr, you jumping in?
Nah.
All right. In that case, we're zooming down to character combat now. Everyone roll for initiative.
Alright.
Everyone who's involved, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I'll still roll initiative in case I
Also,
wanna do
because of the
this.
Scimitar of Warning, I have advantage on initiative.
I did not. I gotta find my deck. I
Alright.
got 3 on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
I'll take
I got 21.
All right. Go ahead. Caleb, what's his?
my initiative is F18.
Okay. The troll charges forward, seeming to that they would rather die than surrender to a human. Caleb, you're up. What's his on deck?
Is what's his within melee range of this guy?
No, since both of you were in the tree line when the fight started, what's his is currently 15 feet away from him.
Okay. Is there any situation that gives me advantage against him?
Not at the moment, no.
Would inspiration or lucky give me sneak attack?
Inspiration gives you advantage, so yes.
He does not.
Yeah, lucky is just a reroll.
Okay, because I feel like, I mean, he is fucked up, but he's still a fucking troll. Is he in melee range of me yet?
No, he is also 15 feet from you.
Okay, so then I can try to shoot him with the laser rifle.
All right. Roll to hit. If you're going to use inspiration, you have advantage, and that does trigger sneak attack.
Alright, I'll use that to get the sneak attack.
Okay. So roll to hit with advantage.
Okay. Does a 24 hit? Yeah, 24.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Probably gonna kill
Okay
him.
then, so 3d8. That's the first part.
The rifle.
Pew. Pew 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 pew. Imagine if it actually just went pew pew.
I mean,
Okay.
I thought it might have would've.
No, I mean like not like the pew pew sound. I mean like what if it actually just made the noise of a person going pew pew?
Also, so that
It might
and
be
that
forward.
is so that's on the rifle damage is going to be it's going to be 12. Yes,
Okay.
12. And then now for the sneak attack, which he is within 30 feet, so the sniper goggles will apply.
Yep. Oh, also, while you're rolling the damage, what kind of damage was the initial 12?
It's a circle with like a 4-pointed star.
If you look at
Radiant.
it, yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at it, or like.
Oh,
have your mouse
hold
over
on.
it.
D&D Beyond. I clicked it and that rolled on D&D Beyond.
If it's a circle with a 4-star thing, yeah, I think that's radiant.
Yeah,
but-
so, yeah, I was just double checking, because troll regeneration, so.
Okay, radiant damage,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, go ahead and
now
use
for
sneak attack.
sneak. Is sneak attack basically like true damage?
Yeah, sneak attack doesn't have a damage type, it's just, it does damage.
So like you can't be resistant to sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just dropped one of my d6s. I have 3 of them
Yeah.
now, so.
And yeah, true, but like, there's no normal ability that does that to my knowledge.
Okay, so. Hang on, putting it in my calculator. And then I can add a plus 14 to it, right? Because of the goggles?
Yep.
Man, Wuss is just screaming as he goes after it, and then
Just gets headshot.
dies. Like,
Caleb just blows his
Oh,
fucking head off.
No, I mean he's already used what 2 bullets of his shots.
Okay, and then plus 14. So that'll be 37 sneak attack damage.
Okay.
On top of the damage he took from the rifle.
It's still
Alright.
only counts as one.
Caleb, you pull the sniper goggles over your eyes, level your laser rifle, pew, fire. You take a large chunk out of the troll's chest, but it keeps charging.
Oh.
Anything else on your turn?
I think you actually can't, like, pull out a weapon as part of, like, as, like, flavor, right?
That is an interaction, so you can, but only once per turn.
Oh, because I guess just seeing that, I'm assuming by his next turn, he'll be on top of Caleb, right?
If he chooses to go after you, yeah.
He'll be with.
Yeah, so-
he can easily be
Uh,
within range.
Would Caleb be able to switch to the Sword of Subtlety?
Absolutely. You shoulder your laser rifle and unsheath your Tebadron blade as
Seeing
ready
this
for the troll
troll
to get...
coming at him.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Alright.
that's gonna be quite an image. Just, you know, little Caleb. with
Yeah,
this
yeah,
big-
drill David and Goliath.
Like this troll charging him, and it's like, does the king back down? No. He pulls out his sword and prepares for melee combat. With this
Alright.
beast that's easily like 4 times his size or some shit.
You're up. Lucian, you'll be going after the troll.
So I have an ionic axe in one hand and the stick of encouragement in the other.
Alright.
Quite a combo, a bat and an axe.
You charge into the troll's back. Roll to hit.
Okay. Ionic axe is, let's see, that is a 27 to hit.
That's a hit.
Want me to roll damage on it, or just keep rolling the others to see if they hit first?
It's up to you. I'll take it either way as long as you clarify what you're doing.
Okay, so for the Ionic axe, I'm rolling the damage real quick.
Alright, go for it. And what kind of damage is this?
This is slashing,
Okay, got it.
and that is 15 damage on it.
Okay.
Second attack, which
Roll
is
hit.
with the stick of encouragement, 25.
That's a hit. Roll damage. Fucking stick of encouragement.
So that is
he-
11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He should put that stick where the sun don't shine, so you can say he's got a stick up his ass.
And then his final attack is, let's see, 19 plus 12, 31.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
And that is 8 damage.
All right. You charge into the fray across the mud and slush, jumping and leaping over ball bearings. You slice into the troll's back with the Ionic Axe, bash his legs with the stick of encouragement, slice again with the Ionic Axe, and as you twirl your weapons, the troll looks over his shoulder at you and grins, as you can see his wounds already beginning to stitch back together.
Yeah, come on, bring it on, pretty boy.
He kind of considers his options. And he'll go after you.
Yeah, come on. You can do it.
All right. Does a 9 hit?
No, it does not.
All right.
That
So
wouldn't even hit Caleb.
So those are all misses, because that was his highest. The troll takes a swipe at you, but you dodge out of the way. Takes another swipe, seeming to aim to pick you
Is it
up.
even
You,
possible to have an AC that low?
Yeah,
No, I
I've
don't
done it.
think so.
I've done it before.
So yes. You dodge out of the way again. Finally, he just goes on all fours like Volpine was doing and tries to bite at your head. But you manage to dodge out of the way of his filthy teeth. You did not take any damage, but the troll's still kicking and only healing more by the minute. You're going to need to do something about that regeneration if you want to take him down. Lucian, you're up. Caleb on deck.
I'm guessing radiant damage doesn't work on trolls.
No, you would know if the regeneration didn't work on his turn if you did the right damage.
And speaking is a free action, right?
Yeah, talking is always a free action.
Okay, guys, who has some fire abilities? Fire can stop him from regenerating.
The troll kind of gets like an oh shit expression at the fact that you know that.
Come on, boy. You know who I am. I'm military. And Gyogurt at that. You think I'm not gonna know that kind of simple information? Fuck you. I already told you you're dead. You should have surrendered when you had the chance.
Does anyone here speak giant?
No, Caleb can speak orc. Is orc close to giant?
Not enough.
I can speak common and elvish.
Alright. Yeah, I just checked. None of you can understand him. He says something in a language none of you can understand, but it seems pretty serious, as his expression goes from shocked to stern. In this almost, like, dignified, like, I'm dying for something important expression.
I
Lucian,
wonder
you're
if
up.
cooking utensils has a way of starting a fire.
Lucian, you're muted if you're talking.
Sorry.
Forgot
Forgot I was muted.
There we go.
I forgot I was muted.
No worries. That's what the note was for. So what do you want to do?
Okay. You said fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fire good.
Fire, very good.
Unless you're
Or-
Lucian having
okay,
a
I have
traumatic
a couple-
experience.
But before I do something that I'm probably going to regret, how bad is the troll thing at this point?
Bad. If it wasn't for that regeneration, he would be, like, on death's door.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Does it
okay.
seem like we're hurting him more than he's regenerating?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes, but, like, so far none of you have done anything to stop him from regenerating.
Mm-hmm.
I assume if he
Okay,
dies, he'll stop regenerating.
Nope.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Oh.
No, he keeps going.
So wait, you can't kill a troll unless you get rid of their regeneration?
Yep.
Okay, second question. How far away is
He
the-
is 15 feet from you.
Alright, bonus action Misty Step, and then yeah, I mean there's in a plume of like smoke and shadows and whatever. Get away from me. Get away from me. Okay, trying to
Not near you.
my dog is trying to distract me.
No
And
worries, so
then
what you
I'm
doing?
going to cast. I wonder if I can do this at a higher level. No, I don't think I can. I'm gonna go right under I'm gonna go right under him again.
Boy.
Again.
Oh my god, are
man.
you really gonna do this again?
No,
This
I'm
dude
gonna do
has
something
so much
different.
fucking trauma.
I'm gonna cast Continual Flame on him
Okay.
and set everything, like his clothes, his items, everything on fire.
Okay.
I
Continual
just hear it
flame.
again. Not again.
Not again. Okay. Lucian, you pull out a ruby, and it turns to dust in your hand as you cause a bright flame to spring forth, and you now have light.
Light,
Hey.
huh?
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I'm confused.
Continual flame doesn't do damage. It specifies it creates no heat and doesn't use oxygen. It just looks like a regular flame and creates the brightness of a torch.
Wow.
That's what I read.
She scared the shit out of him.
Maybe I was reading a different spell.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Continual flame, second level evocation. A flame equivalent to brightness of a torch. No heat. Doesn't use oxygen. Can be covered but not smothered or quenched. Lucy,
Well, he just let her go through with that all the way.
Yeah, that was kind of mean, but whatever. There's nothing else I can do.
Gotta read your spells.
Actually, no, that's still an action.
Well, you can use cantrips.
I did
there.
read my spell, Hunter. It's just I read it incorrect.
Well, if I remember correctly, he said that we can use a spell and a cantrip.
yeah, as long as the cantrip is a bonus action or the spell.
I already used my bonus action to misstep, but
Yeah,
whatever.
and also, in fairness, I actually didn't know what Continual Flame did either. I checked. I always check the spells as you cast them.
I was reading it, but the dog was distracting me, and I felt like I didn't have enough time to whatever.
All right.
It's okay.
No,
Top
it's
round.
fine. It's fine.
Caleb, you're up. What's is on deck?
Well, I guess considering Caleb already went to the trouble of pulling the sword out. How far away is he from Caleb?
15 feet. He didn't move because he focused on fighting what's is.
Okay, Caleb is going to... Okay, I don't know if I'd be allowed to do this because it might require more actions than I have. Could I have Caleb, run up and, attack the troll by, jumping on him?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll to hit, and you have advantage because with Lucian and what's is there, you're flanking.
Caleb will do that thing where
At least I
he
did
jumps
something
on his
useful.
back and just starts stabbing him over and over.
All
Is
right.
he pulling a Harry Potter?
Oh, that'd be funny, but nah.
Right up the nose.
Okay, it's effectively the same roll. Wait, no. Hold on. These are attack rolls.
Yes.
They try to do reliable talent.
I don't have reliable talent on attack rolls.
Yeah,
Wait, I think it's only skills, right? I think it
Yeah.
specifies that.
Mhm.
yes.
Okay, so we're just gonna have to hope. Does a... Hang on, what? Hold on. Let me do some math here. 9 plus 13...
That'd be a 22.
Does a 22 hit?
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay, and because I had advantage, and there's someone within 5 feet of him... Yeah, but this is a melee attack, so I don't get the goggles on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay... Let me start the mathies here. Plus that... equals that, and then... That was an awful roll. Okay... Plus that... Oh, I just realized I'm doing my sneak attack first. Oh well. Okay.
Yeah, it's damage that would apply anyway.
Okay, plus that. Okay, so that's my sneak attack. Then I roll a single d6 for the Sword of Subtlety, plus 8 because I sneak attacked. Wait, am I understanding that right? I wish I could get a breakdown of what's giving me what on here.
But it says you get a +4, so it's 1d6 plus 8, so you already have the +4 already on D&D Beyond.
That's what I'm assuming it's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let me roll this d6 plus 8. Shit. Okay. Memorize. Okay, clear. Okay, so it'll be 13 damage from the Sword of Subtlety, which is a magic item, and then...
Okay, and you don't need to do the rest of the damage. That's enough to take him down. Caleb,
Okay.
for fun.
Okay, so since I killed him, can I flavor it as he
Yeah,
jumps on? He jumps up onto him, and then just starts stabbing him in the neck.
Caleb, you run, leap up onto the troll's back, and just
Oh
start...
wait, I got something to say. As he runs up, he's like, "Did you forget about me?"
Oh my god! And you start just stabbing the troll in the neck, and as you just like cut it deeper and deeper, the troll slowly falls to its knees, and Lucian, you kind of roll out of the way as it face plants into the slush. However, Caleb, as you rise, he's down for the count for now, but you can already see his wounds coming back together. If you want to deal with him, you're going to need to deal with his regeneration.
Can I grab a torch, light it, and then just burn him?
I believe... Yes, you can.
Caleb looks at the iron. Does anyone have anything flammable?
What's this? Do you want to do the torch?
Well, let me see if I have like I'm fairly sure I might have something to help with that. Yeah, just a torch.
Alright. Let me actually see... Oh, go on.
Yeah, Caleb's gonna. Does anyone have anything flammable? Like, I don't know, some kind of fat or oil or something?
Alcohol is flammable, right?
Yeah. Depends on the alcohol to determine how flammable, but yes.
Can I
I'm
pull out one of
gonna-
my flasks of Star Blast, douse the body in it, and then light him on fire with that?
As long as you can only do one of those things, but
Isn't the
I
combat
think,
round over though, because he's out?
well, no, because the troll's going to regenerate and get back up on his turn.
Oh.
So what's his? You got 6 seconds. What do you want to do?
I will pull out the Star Blast,
Because the ground
douse
is
him
wet.
in it.
You douse the troll in a shot of Star Blast.
Okay,
I'll call that
now,
an interaction.
well, if that's an interaction, well, to pull something out, like, would that take an action? Or like, if
Depends
I
on
were to pull out like a flint and steel?
pulling out a new item is also an interaction.
You can't like use an action in place of an interaction?
Or a bonus action?
You can use an action, not a bonus action. You have to have a specific feat to make it a bonus action.
But I'm gonna guess that lighting him on fire would also be an action.
Yeah, for instance, with the torch, it would take an action to light it, and then an action to set him on fire with it.
Okay, I got him doused in alcohol. Somebody light him quick.
Alright. What's his? As you finish the dousing and start to step back, Caleb, you have just enough time to see the troll's tendons lock back together, and he starts to pull himself up, and he is going to... he's just going to divide up the attacks between the three of you.
I imagine Caleb was like still like on him and it's like, whoa!
Yeah, whoa! Caleb, he's going to attempt to pull you off his back. Does a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't.
What's his? He's going to try and lunge at you. Does an 8 hit?
No.
What is this guy's attack?
And Lucian, he is going to attempt to bite you. Does a 6... no, it's not that bad. Does a 10 hit.
Does he
No.
not have a modifier?
He does. I'm just rolling like garbage.
I'm sorry, Matthew.
I'm fucking whatever. It's not like
Yeah,
I
I
want
thought-
you guys to lose.
I told you all these green skins were stupid.
Lucian, you're up. Caleb on deck.
Does
Okay.
Lucian have a... Wait, hold on.
She has
Just-
lots of fire spells, I think, unless she changed
I,
them.
I got something. I'm gonna see what she does first.
No, you're thinking of Saria. Saria has all the flame ones. I have one fire spell, but I was saving it.
Okay. So what do you want to do on your turn then?
I really don't know.
Alright. You
Just
know,
give me a minute. I'm looking for my spells to see if I can do anything. Did somebody like wipe the torch already?
No.
He's doused in alcohol, so he's flammable now. Someone just needs to spark it.
I have a tinderbox. Could I just use my tinderbox and just just
that would be hilarious.
can I just
Yep.
yeah,
Yep, it takes an action, but you can absolutely do that.
that's fine. I'll just take my tinderbox and I'll just be like, fuck
Okay,
it.
so I just remembered something. As Lucian does that, Caleb, who's still on the flammable troll, is gonna be
Okay,
like,
can I just say to Caleb, jump!
I don't think I can because it's not my turn yet.
Nope.
Caleb's just like, wait, hold on, wait.
No,
Lucian,
no waiting.
you pull free. You pull free your tinderbox from your pack and spark it in the troll's face.
Can I make a dexterity save?
Can I say one thing to the troll before he explodes?
Yeah.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
make-
look him dead in the face, and I'm just gonna kind of be like, "You really should have just taken my offer." And boom.
Can- DM, can I make a dex save?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Huh. Does a 12 succeed?
That is actually a fair question. Hold on.
It was like, it's like that kind of roll where it's like, well, he didn't blow it out of the water, but he didn't like do awful either. I gotta check. Let's see, I have
Okay, so this is kind of a weird situation, so I'm just gonna be like honest with you about it. So it's not really a situation of saving, like you're either just gonna get burned or you're not gonna get burned. So I will tell you why. Mechanically, yes, you're actually in the clear and won't take any damage, so I will let you just accept that result because you're actually not mechanically flammable right now, so you would be fine normally, but if you want to take the fire damage, I will give you inspiration for that.
How much fire damage are we talking?
I'm not going to tell you until you give me a yes or a no.
Would Caleb
It's
have
okay,
realistically been
Caleb.
able
I
to
can,
get away from
Caleb. I can just heal you. Just take the hit.
Take the hit.
What
I
do you
don't
think
feel
more? Okay, Matthew, in your honest opinion, what do you think would be more realistic to the situation?
That's I think either is acceptable. Like it's purely up to you. Do you want inspiration in exchange for damage or not?
Man, think of the battle scars that he could show off to his boyfriend, though.
Let's see. Well, I guess.
Yeah, you can just be like, yeah, this is where Lucian set me on fire.
Yeah, he has no injuries from enemies. It's just from the party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like,
Sounds about right.
well. Okay. Here's what we can do.
Okay.
Well, it technically is an attack, right?
No, it's just an action to set the area you happen to be touching on fire.
Okay, but since you're having it go either way, can we say Caleb uncanny dodges it?
Okay, so you're not going to take the damage?
Oh, you mean evasion? Okay.
I think he's saying he wants to take the damage, but he wants to have
Well,
it.
but that
What
doesn't
is this?
apply because it's not a save. It's just he either takes the damage or doesn't take the damage because it's just he's either flammable and will be set on fire or not flammable and he won't be set on fire.
Okay, there's no halfway.
No, I looked it up. There's no like halfway point. You either just will be set on fire or you won't be set on fire. That's why I'm leaving the choice in your hands. Since mechanically this wouldn't affect you, but I will give you inspiration if you want to lean into the role play and say that you do.
Trying to like find any way to lessen it.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, valid. I gotta admit, very fair to want to try to.
So if I take the damage, you wouldn't let me apply uncanny.
Yeah, because it wouldn't apply here. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure Uncanny Dodge is.
When you take an attack, it hits you.
Yeah,
with
which
attack.
again, this is not a thing.
Use your reaction to have to.
I'm. Would this count as a fail?
No, because there's no
Oh.
save.
You're trying to do. Now you're trying to do.
I'm just
evasion.
gonna be flat with you, dude. Unless you have something that gives you resistance to fire damage or something like that, you are either going to take the fire damage or you are not going to take the fire damage. There's nothing you can do to change that.
No.
Okay.
We have another fight. I can't afford to take damage right now.
Alright. Caleb, as Lucian reaches for the tinderbox and drags the flint along it, you kick off of the troll's back just in time as the troll erupts into a sheen of flame as the alcohol catches fire. The troll takes 5 fire damage.
But it's
Okay,
on fire.
bonus action.
Caleb does not have a lot of health to spare, okay?
Yeah.
He isn't even at 100
You
health.
Dude,
don't
it's a
have to
valid
justify it.
decision. I left it in your hands. I was asking what you wanted.
No one's considering it.
Yeah, no one said
one's
anything. I just said he took 5 fire damage, and we're moving on.
Okay, how bad does he look?
He looks pretty bad, and the regeneration, yeah, you can already see his flesh is attempting to come back together, but it burns away as fast as it regrows.
I'm going to bonus action. I haven't used any spells this round, right?
No, yeah, you just use your action to light the fire, and that was it. And your interaction to grab the tinderbox.
Bonus action. I'm going to cast. Let's see, which one should I cast? Which one takes less time, I wonder?
less time.
Spiritual weapon at 3rd level.
Okay.
And it's going to be in the shape of, let's see, just a skeleton. Giant skeleton.
Alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
You summon a very spooky, scary skeleton. Roll to hit.
Okay.
Bap him.
Just zap him. Zap him. Just say,
My first thought process was it's gonna be a
Bro.
skeleton head. It's just gonna head.
Okay, plus. Does a 21 hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay, little bit of. Not much. 4 force damage.
Okay.
With
Just
the
Zap!
the
Oh wait, I think I did the wrong one. Hang on. I did the wrong one.
What did you do?
the first level.
I did the first one. First
Oh,
level.
so you didn't have the. Okay, yeah, so yeah, just roll additional for however high you upcast it.
Okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that's 18 damage.
Lucian, how do you want to do this?
Instead of, yeah, can I just like have my skeleton guy just zap him into like the fucking like ground?
Alright. Lucian, you conjure spectral, shadowy skeleton warrior from the darkness of the encampment. And as the troll finally is confronted with an opponent bigger than him, your skeleton just BAM! Punches him down into the ground, and as he's dazed and his eyes are crossed, BAM! There's like a crater and cracks in the slush around him. BAM! 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 Like the Hulk Buster on the Hulk in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
Your
totally,
skeleton
totally,
just goes
totally.
to town
Yeah.
and pulverizes the troll's head. And with that, the battle is over.
She just kind of
Yeah.
she dusts her hands and she's gonna go check in with Caleb. Caleb, were you hurt by the fire? I'm so sorry.
I don't think so.
I'm just like she's
I
gonna like
assume
just check
There's now
in
like
here
mud
with-
all over his
Yeah,
Float.
she's like
Cloak and
she's
stuff.
she's like wiping the mud off of his cheeks and straightening his hair. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, no, she's still fussing over him.
Caleb just pushes her away.
Ugh,
You do
sorry
better
if
than
I
me.
care. Sorry if I care. Jeez.
I'm fine. There's nothing to worry about. Thank you.
Is everybody else okay?
As the various Tebadrins begin to converge on the camp and promptly start looting it for everything it's worth,
I mean,
Mhm.
obviously. We're Tibetans.
Volpine just gives you guys a nod as he's currently eating the orc's heart.
I thought you wanted the troll.
Start small, dream big.
I love
Lucian just makes that
guy.
face, like, yeah, like, enjoy that, I guess.
You can have the rest of that, feller, but mind if I take the ears? They're not exactly tasty. No, I'm not gonna be eating them, big fella. I'm just, need that for proof of death. Volpine kind of gives Goody a nod and just goes back to... He literally has the orc's head torn off and is just drinking the blood and flesh out of his skull
Ugh.
like a goblet.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Caleb kind of walks over like, do you eat the whole thing?
To the bone, and turn the bones into weapons.
I was gonna say the bones would make a really good soup, though.
Perhaps, but these are the traditions of my people.
The little bones then for soup.
Although, well, I suppose now is not a good time. Thank you for the meal, Your Majesty. Our debt is squared. And he licks inside of the skull and scoops out the brain.
Sorry it took
Lucian's
so
gonna-
long.
Can I, like, as I'm watching that, I'm just gonna promptly throw up.
Lucian, you vomit into the slush. Goody kind of takes a step back away from it and pats you on the shoulder sympathetically. Gets easier.
Ugh. This is why I'm a vegetarian.
What's the plan from here, Your Majesty? These scouts certainly ain't going to be reporting back, but they're probably going to know something's up when they don't.
Ugh.
Then we need to
Knowing my brother.
quickly before they have time to realize they're missing.
Want to wait till morning like we originally planned, or...
It would be more beneficial if we could get more sleep.
It's true. Very well, we will make a quick camp and rest the rest of the way till morning. Hopefully they weren't expecting them back till then.
Alright.
But I want
I'm gonna.
to make sure there's extra watches now that we're closer to their encampment.
Yes, Your Majesty. He grabs at some of the wounds he still has from the previous battle. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, here. Let me. I'm gonna just. I'll do a. Let's see. I'll do a level. How bad is he bleeding?
It pretty bad. He's like, he was as bad as the troll was before your skeleton pummeled him.
All right, level 4 cure wound. Well, you know what? I'll do a prayer of healing.
Okay.
And everybody gets 28 healing
Okay.
points.
Anyone who's injured gets 28 hit points of healing. Thanks for that, miss. What'd you say your name was?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Lucian.
Goody Proctor. Pleasure.
I'll shake his hand. Now, is there any orcs left, like
There
that are not being eaten?
There are no survivors.
Actually,
No, I'm not saying they have to necessarily be alive.
well, you have quick mental math here. There are 26 dead orcs, 1 dead troll. Well, technically the troll's dying, but you get my point. However, there are 3 survivors, but they are too wounded to fight.
I'm gonna go over to the troll, and I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna
so
sit
there's
next
3
to him,
survivors.
crisscross applesauce, and I'm gonna wait for him to kind of regain consciousness and talk to him.
Okay,
All
noted.
those-
Caleb?
So since there's 3 orcs survived, Caleb wants to have them secured.
Alright. Caleb, you order the army to start restraining prisoners, and Lucian, you sit over the troll and wait. Even as the flames die out, his regeneration is not really doing him any favors. However, you do see that it's at least doing enough work to keep him from bleeding out. And as the flames flicker out and his regeneration kicks back on, it takes about
He's still alive?
let me finish. It takes about a minute. He is alive but unconscious, and the regeneration will not wake him up.
Okay.
So you can heal him to wake him up if you want, but he is stable.
Okay, I will do this for him. I know this is something that. Let's see. Let me read. Okay, I gain it. Okay, that's different. I'm gonna do a small healing word,
Oh,
and
no.
the words will be "wake up." And he heals for 5.
Okay.
Why is she so determined to befriend a troll that wants nothing to do with her?
Why not?
No
Lucian.
offense, I can see the usefulness, but
Lucian, as you give the call, that is both a prayer and an order. Wake up.
Yeah, I'll make sure that I just like I have him. But does he have hair?
Yes.
All right, I'll dig my nails in his scalp and just make him look up at me, and I'll command him to wake up.
is she strong enough for that?
Nope. But, Lucian, as you help the troll recover, his beady eyes slowly flicker open, and the moment he sees you, he just gives a big sigh, and looking up at the sky and stars above, he just calls out, and this alerts all of you to the fact that he's conscious again. What did I do to deserve this?
You attacked us. Now, listen to me. I don't care how many times I have to kill you, and I will, over and over if I have to. You can regenerate as many times as you like, but it will always end this way. Now, you have an opportunity to work with us against my brother.
Fuck you.
Oh, don't. Do you not value your life?
I think he's scared of your brother more than us at the moment.
I'll look at him for that.
That's really all you elves can see the world, isn't it? Either people are afraid of you or they're not worth tolerating. Well, guess what? There's more to this world than people who are afraid of you. Your brother's gonna make things better for us. So what can you offer me that he can't offer me 3 times over?
Well, how is he gonna help you?
He was just like, can we just get an axe and cut his head off already?
It'll just
I want
regenerate.
to hear what he has to say.
Can he regenerate if he's decapitated?
Yes, the only way for him to permanently die is if you do fire acid damage to stop his regeneration, reduce him to 0 hit points, and he has to then fail his death saves.
And he didn't.
No, I healed him, but not for much.
The troll's gaze flicks to What's-Is after he speaks, and he spits in your direction. You tell me, Colonel.
Now, there's no need for uncivility.
tell that to the Gunslingers Conclave.
Go on.
Does Caleb recognize that?
Roll history.
It sounds vaguely familiar to me. Can
Well,
I
yeah.
also?
Like the paladin mentioned it. Like the dwarf that we talked to, he was a member.
Can I also do a history check, please?
Roll history, and because you recall it being mentioned before, roll advantage.
Ooh.
I got a 23 on history.
Okay, 23 from Caleb. Lucian?
Ooh, 1 second. Go back to D&D Beyond. History. And what is that? Oh, 28.
All right. Both of you are familiar. Caleb, you've mostly heard it whispered about in the black market weapons trade. The Gunslingers Conclave was an organization that specialized in the creation of firearms, which, remember, are a recent invention. You would know that the inventors were Geogrin. The Gunslingers Conclave was a Geogrin faction that took power in Geogr because of them introducing firearms into the military. As a result, they are incredibly powerful and influential, basically being considered the equivalent of a Geogrin noble family. Because the Geogr is a stratocracy, birth does not determine your nobility, your position in the military does. Because the Gunslingers Conclave are basically the research and the R&D department, they are a very powerful Geogrin noble faction. Lucian, being an elf yourself, and Wicket being historically allies with Geogr, you would know that there is a very little known secret. The Gunslingers Conclave are technically Geogrin in the very loosest sense of the term, but they're not elves. They're a collection of dwarves, greenskins, and various small, ingenuitive races that the Geogrins took as slaves and forced them to develop weapons for the Geogrin army. The Gunslingers Conclave was created as a great political conspiracy by the Geogrin generals to make Geogr look stronger to foreign powers. They were the ones who invented firearms, they're the ones who upgrade firearms. Yav is completely dependent on Geogr for firearms. And as a result of the Gunslingers Conclave, everyone thinks the Geogrins are the ones building them. When in
Okay.
reality, it's people like this troll and these orcs who were building them, but the Geogrins were taking them as slaves and stealing the credit.
Okay, so I would know this too then.
Roll history.
Oh boy.
Can I say something then?
So Caleb doesn't know that because he.
Yeah, you don't know about the conspiracy, you just know you believe the lie that was told, because
Can I-
Stadrans didn't exactly know about it.
So
Can I say something?
Of course.
going off.
I'm gonna continue to look at him with a little bit more.
So I'm gonna be right
I
back.
wouldn't say pity, but like more like understanding. I'll
give it a second.
Yeah,
let me gather my thoughts.
All right, in the meantime, what's your history?
I had a natural 20, so 19.
She was talking.
Well, that was she said she needed a minute, so I was double checking the roll.
Oh, okay.
All right, Lucian.
I understand, well, as much as somebody like me can understand. But I really do want to help you, and I'm not so sure that my brother can. What has he offered you?
I can guess on what they offered them.
I can too, but
I
wouldn't
am
say
willing
it.
to make a counter offer.
Go to hell!
No.
I've already been there.
He's not going to do what you want.
They's waiting for people like you, Colonel.
Probably, but I am willing to show you something if you're willing to at least look at it. And it might give you a little bit more incentive to at least hear us out. Can you give me that much?
Absolutely I can, Your Highness. Want me to shine your shoes while I'm at it?
No, not at all. I'm gonna pull out one of the laser pistols. I already showed one of these to one of the other of the gunslingers. You should recognize this as well.
He's gonna make a lunge to grab it. Do you allow it?
I will.
He yanks the weapon out of your hand. Remove it from your inventory. This does not belong to you.
You're right.
As
You
I
have a
said,
right to be angry. I would be angry too. But
Willing to
Lucifer cannot
negotiate.
help you.
All right, let's negotiate. You gotta offer me something better than what your brother's offering me.
Well, you've got to tell me what he's offering you to make that.
Well, my guess, because he's working with the fake Gloom.
Ugh.
Once they destroy Kyogre, they get what's left. The land, the buildings, everything.
That's a real nice sentiment there.
Would that not have been the offer?
Unlike you, we don't have a need for shit like that. We think of the world in greater terms than just what we can grind out of it. You
And
want me
what
to...
would you like?
You on a spike. That's what I'm being offered. So unless you can die twice, you don't got shit for me. And I suggest you put me back in the ground so I can get back to Nov and be on my bloody fucking way.
Let me think. Me on a spike. That is appealing. How about my father instead?
Nope. You're underselling me. We were promised the whole family. All of them. Father, daughter, and son.
This is
Okay,
unbelievable.
he
You
just
really
fucked
sold
up.
You literally hoard yourselves to them just so you can get some people killed, and you're not even getting any land out of it.
With them gone, we won't need to worry about land. There'll be plenty for everyone. And no more fucking leaf ears trying to take it.
Are you
Yeah.
stupid?
Wait, you honestly... So let me get this straight. Your plan is to kill every elf.
Not all of them. But, you know, accidents happen.
This guy is already fucked up. That's what as soon as he said his sister.
Yeah.
Caleb is
Bionic Axe has
the
already come out.
unfortunate thing for you is all the Concord is going to bring you is more death.
They don't care about you. I will tell you
So
this.
they're not going to.
I will tell you this, Mr. Troll or whatever your name is. If you follow through this, if you kill my friend, and you kill that family, you will become really, really sick. And then you will die. And then you will become a monster. Unable to control yourself.
I'll take that under advisement. Caleb?
Caleb was like, "Was somebody? I don't know how to. Can we start a bonfire and throw him in it and see if that finally fucking kills him?"
For one, Watts is already walking towards this guy. I'm gonna decapitate him.
Alright. And does anyone have fire to finish the job?
This was addressed to everybody,
I
like
can-
the party,
I can-
the army, anyone.
Yeah, I can just do another. I still have my tinderbox. So.
Wait, are we taking a rest after that?
Yeah, that's why Caleb said build a bonfire and we'll throw him in it.
Alright. As you decapitate the prisoner, Lucian lights a tinderbox fire over the body, and this time you all watch and ensure that they stay dead this time. Lucian, make a wisdom save.
Yeah, I knew this was coming.
And I never did give you the results of your history roll. I will do that.
Oh,
now.
yikes. Oh, yikes. Oh.
By the way, have the
Oh.
orcs woken the orcs woken up yet? Or are they still out?
No, yeah, they're gonna be out for a while. They
Alright.
were, yeah.
Alright, I'll
Once it's
be right
fucked them
back
up.
then.
Go ahead.
Long overdue to get food.
Yeah, please go. Do what you gotta do. Lucian.
I rolled a natural 2, so 10.
All right. Lucian, as the troll's body burns in an improvised bonfire, you begin to have flashbacks and fall to your knees. And Zephyr, you're rather surprised, though, to see What's-Is do the same. Lucian's face is simply streaming tears. What's-Is is streaming black. What's-Is?
Oh boy.
It's a military parade. The newest creation of the Gunslingers Conclave is about to be introduced. They call it the Thunder Gun. A weapon that, with a pull of a trigger, can wipe out an entire platoon. It will change the face of warfare in Yav. Gyogr, who has been on the back foot for too long, will finally have the edge they need to kick out all of these upstart powers and reclaim their land for themselves. You're the Colonel. Colonel What's-Is. You're proud. You've known nothing but privilege and power. You and your sister sit with rigid military professionalism as your father shows the design of the Thunder Gun to an assembled army of Gyogran troops who salute proudly at the latest creation of elvish brilliance. With this weapon, our empire will finally be what it deserves to be. We as a people will be what we deserve to be. There is nothing greater in this world than Gyogr. All of the troops give an enthusiastic call. A call that What's-Is you haven't parroted in so long, but in your memories it comes to you so naturally that you can't imagine a time you wouldn't have said it. It's simply what you say. What's wrong with it? Power for the righteous! Power for the righteous! We will show the people of Yav what elves can do, what elves are meant to be. Power for the righteous! Power for the righteous! And we have the brilliance of the Gunslingers Conclave to thank for this incredible gift to our people. Dr. Empire Kaloum, would you care to demonstrate for our mighty troops what you've created? A familiar figure steps forward, dressed to the nines. Rather than the greens and velvets you associate him with in the presence, he's dressed in the Gyogran white. His hair is long, but his grin is ever smarmy. And he is bereft of the slave that he keeps perpetually in his presence. He takes the weapon from your father's hands and twirls it between his own. It took a lot of work to create something this powerful, but, well, among mortals, genius seldom goes appreciated in a lifetime. But we have the good fortune of not being mortal. Genius, nay, excellence, will always be rewarded. Colonel Vary, Colonel Dimebog, if you would be so kind as to place the targets, and I will demonstrate what Geogran Brilliance can do. Your sister looks to you, What's-is, and gives you a smile, brushing her hair behind her ear as she steps past you to begin setting up what appear to be small sackcloth practice dummies. You notice, though, that they have metal collars. Not armor by any stretch, but enough to get the idea across. As the targets are set up, Kaloum takes a stand between the two of you, gives you a grin, What's-is, and pats your sister on the head before pulling back the hammer of the thunder gun and raising it, placing a finger on the trigger. He pulls it, and everything goes dark. Lucian. You're making your way through your family home. Your brother and you both. Shadows dance along the walls as you follow him along. And you're both looking over portraits lining your family home of your ancestors. Those who came to Yav before you. Those who settled and established the Alefakirs as a family of brilliant mages and scholars. The bloodline that brought the power to manipulate darkness and shadows into your family. Lucifer looks over them proudly. His face is clean, and both eyes are organic and full of light. His hair is long and flows behind him. He never bothered to tie it back properly, something that your father frequently got on his case about.
Oh, yeah.
He grins to you, and... So, have you learned anything fun recently?
That depends. What kind of fun?
Well, I know I'm supposed to be practicing my magic, but... I've been reading about some of the stuff they make up north, and I wanted to try it. I managed to find some.
So,
Did you know that if you go over the sea, they say there's elves that can teleport?
it's tricky magic.
He gives a nod and a smile. Well, I found a way that we can do it too. Watch. He pulls from his pocket a small, kind of sticky-looking sheet of paper that's covered in what looks to be an almost honey-like substance. He gives you a smile and kind of bounces in place excitedly. Watch, watch, watch.
I'm watching full 1000% attention.
Alright. Pretend you're like a thief who's breaking into the house or something, and you're attacking me.
Oh, okay. So I'm just like, rawr. I'm coming to get you, Lucy.
Oh no! Whatever is an Alephakir to do? But we have powerful magic! And he runs his hand across the paper, and it bursts into flames. And in the ensuing smoke that clouds the hallway, Lucifer vanishes.
Yeah, she just like waves the plume of smoke, just coughs. Oh, where did he go, that tricky Alephik here? Come out!
You feel fingers run through your scalp and another trace along your neck, and his voice whispers in your ear. Boo!
I'll turn around and squish his face. You got me.
You see? It's not magic at all. It's just this paper.
Can I look at the paper?
Absolutely. He holds it out to you excitedly. I found lots of cool stuff like this.
Where did you find this?
It was in one of those shipments that comes from the north. The Grogers.
Oh, yes, the Geog.
Yeah, Geogre, Grogers, whatever. An
Yeah,
ogre's an
those
ogre.
I from the Grimoire.
Plus, it smells like honey. It doesn't taste like it, though.
I was just about to wonder about that.
Yeah, don't taste it. It's not fun. Maybe it would set your tongue on fire, though.
She looks like she considers it for a half a second.
And as you're pondering your options, neither of you pay much heed to the room that is slowly filling with smoke. As the smoke drifts down the hall, and both of you flinch as you hear a voice yell out, "Lucian!
Oh. She winces.
Lucifer! Both of you get in here!"
You stay here. You stay here.
We can teleport now, remember? He holds out 2 more sheets of honey paper.
She takes the paper.
Let's
After
just go.
you.
Let's just go down to the village till he calms down, okay?
After you.
With the magic of an Elefakir! And he runs his hand across the paper again. More smoke and fire, and he vanishes.
I'm gonna pocket the piece of paper and walk down the hallway to confront Father.
You can already hear him groaning. You're not sure if it's just the fact that it's a memory or if it really was something at the time, but it feels like with every grunt and groan he makes as you trepidatiously make your way down the smoke-filled hall, it feels as if the very house itself rumbles with his fury.
She just holds her head high and... Yes, Father, I'm here.
Apparently, we need to run another experiment.
Alright, I'm back. What happened?
I'll catch you up after. Apparently, we need to run another experiment. I think you didn't learn your lesson the first time. Get on the table.
Yes, sir.
You know I love you, Lucian. This is for your own good.
Yes, sir. Just leave him alone, okay? Just me.
Fine. But you're doing twice the work to make up for it.
Yes, sir.
A syringe slowly makes its way towards your eye. Your nose is filled with smoke. And everything goes dark.
Oh, boy.
Caleb. As you consider your options with the prisoners, you turn and see both of the elves are on their knees, staring at the burning troll's body. Lucian's face is streamed with tears. What's is streaming ink. Both of you suddenly come back to consciousness. You're not sure how long it's been.
Hold
Zephyr?
on, excuse me?
What's that?
Caleb's like, excuse me? You said his eyes are leaking ichor?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a second to get my bearings. Do I see Wes's
Yes.
flaming ichor?
He's across the bonfire from you, and you can see he's kind of coming back to himself, but his face is stained black.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't think I have the strength to get up, so I will crawl over to him and just wrap my arms around his neck and just give him a hug.
What's the first thing you register as you come back to consciousness is Lucian embracing you. Her face is wet. It occurs to you yours is as well.
Are you back?
Yeah, that was new.
I remember.
Did you see your death as well?
Yeah.
Wonder what triggered that.
Caleb just approaches like, what the hell was that?
I'll just kind of
No idea.
withdraw. I'll withdraw from Wus's and dry my eyes. Classic case of PTSD.
Does it usually involve leaking ichor from the eyes, what's this?
I have no idea. First time. All I know is I saw how and exactly how I died.
Yeah, me too.
And I
I
don't
tried
know
not
if
to
it
do
was
that too many times. I was starting to think I might have to tell people to back away from both of you.
I'm okay. But I should get some rest. I have a brother to come.
Very well.
Yeah.
Anything
What's
you guys...
this is taking first watch?
Alright. There will only need to be one watch. So, unless you guys want to sleep. Basically, do you want to just finish your previous rest to get moving at sunrise like you planned? Or do you want to
I need
sleep
to
through?
finish. Yeah, I need to finish a long rest.
So, Caleb, you're leading the charge. It's up to you. Do you want to take the initiative to get there in the brightest daylight possible, or get there at around afternoon, but everyone gets a long rest?
Because Caleb will consult the leaders of Vopine and Goldie.
Mm-hmm. As you approach the two of them, Goody looking a little bit better and Volpine looking just content as a cucumber as he's starting to disembowel the cooked troll now.
Mm-hmm.
As you run the question by them, Goody looks towards the north with a kind of thoughtful expression. He surveys the troops before looking back to you. Well, I don't know about you, Your Majesty, but most of us ain't elves. That kind of sleep ain't gonna do us any favors. We're not gonna be exhausted, but we'd be going into battle licking our wounds. If you're willing to wait, we can sleep through the day, wake up at moonrise, and run in at dawn tomorrow. That way we still get the cover of sunlight. We'll lose a little bit of time, but I think that's better than going in half-baked. I'm inclined to agree. If it's the dark you fear, then our options are go in now but tired, or go in tomorrow but more awake. Your decision, Your Majesty. Actually, more than likely, if we want to catch up on all of our rest, we're probably looking at closer to 2 days.
No, that's unacceptable.
Well, I'm afraid that's the best we can do. We're not elves. We need a long time to sleep, long time to catch our breath. None of us took any injuries, Your Majesty. We're willing to go in if you want us to, but y'all ain't looking so good.
We shall rest till We shall rest till our next opportunity tomorrow.
Understood. He looks to you, what's his? Want me to help you keep watch again?
Yeah.
Sure thing. We'll wake all y'all up once the sun comes up. It ain't gonna be much, but it'll be better than nothing.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
Oh. What would you like us to do then, Your Majesty?
You originally said that we could sleep today and then get up in the next morning.
That's correct, sir. The sun's gonna be coming up in probably not even an hour now. If we sleep through the day, we'll wake up in the night, and we'll be ready to move by dawn.
Then that's what we shall do.
How
But
many days has it been?
yeah, that's not enough time, Caleb.
Well, technically, this means you would be arriving on the intended schedule. Because you headed out on day 1. This proposal basically means you'll sleep through day 2 just so everyone can get a long rest, and then you'll be arriving on the 3rd morning.
Okay, so we're getting there on the...
Yeah, you're basically getting there when Lucifer expected you to be there. So basically you can go now, but you won't have a long rest, but you'll have the element of surprise, or you can wait, get there when he's expecting you, but you'll all be long rested and refreshed and ready. Your call.
He's
Is
still only...
is there a way that we can still march and get our rest? Do we not have our cart? I have a way to pull the
For
cart.
us, yes. But there's no entire troops.
But they said that they're willing to go on, and I think it would be better if we got an advantage.
But how many would die? We don't know
do
what's
still
waiting
have
for
to-
us.
We do still have to march on to Barbarous as well, Lucian.
I know. I just feel like I don't have time for anything right now.
Well, there's one thing I've learned as a hunter. Going in fast just because you think they're going to outrun you isn't going to do you any favors. It just means you're going to die tired.
Guess it's my better judgment, but everybody should get some rest.
Alright. He pats you on the shoulder. What's his? After you.
You said we were only gonna need one watch.
That's correct, ma'am. Like I said, the sun will be up soon, but if you're willing, if we're going to get a full rest, then yeah, if you can take it off our hands after a few hours, that'd be great.
Yeah, just wake me up after 4 hours. I'll be here meditating.
Also,
Sounds good, ma'am.
Matthew, how would you say Caleb's feeling, like, tired-wise?
Pretty tired. You can push through the rest of the night, but you will be exhausted.
I guess Caleb... Okay. I guess... So, like, my idea was that Caleb was originally going to watch the captives, but maybe because he's tired, he falls asleep while doing so.
Sure. And for funsies, I'll give you inspiration for that. All right. Anything else during the ensuing rest, then?
No.
Okay.
Just what says is lost in thought.
All right.
Like, he's paying attention, but also thinking back.
Yeah.
A half page.
Sure, I'm dreaming.
Lucian, roll perception. What's his roll perception with advantage? Or actually, no, actually, yeah, it would be with advantage since the sun will be coming up soon. So, yeah.
I got a 22.
All right, 22. What's his?
Not very good. 7.
Okay. What's his? You and Goody keep watch for the initial time. But as mentioned, you got woken up early, and you mentioned, yeah, your mind's kind of wandering, and that's pretty close to an elvish meditation. you start to kind of drift a bit, and Goody seems right there with you, given that even with Lucian's healing, he's at less than half health. Between his wounds and your exhaustion, the both of you kind of start to drift during the watch. Luckily, nothing of immediate consequence happens. You kind of startle away because you realize you slept more than you intended. But at a glance, the camp does not appear to have been assailed during your lapse of judgment. Do you wish to wake up Lucian and pass to second watch?
If it is the designated time.
Yes, it is. Like you basically accidentally slept during your watch, but you can tuck in for a more restful meditation that you planned while Lucian watches your back. All right, in that case, everyone gets a long rest.
Yay.
And Lucian, as What's-Is and Goody wake you up to pass the watch to you, it is a very windy day in Yav, and glancing at the sharpshooters of Tebedra, you realize that the group may have actually done you a favor. You would have been at a disadvantage going into the fight with this weather anyway.
Alistair.
Did you already predetermine it was going to be windy?
Yeah, I've started I've started determining the weather on a month-by-month basis, and basically I don't plan when certain events happen. I just plan what happens on what day. So yes, that basically if you guys had pushed through the night, I actually had already determined the battle based on that. So now you guys have a little bit more of an edge going in. Yeah. All sharpshooters would have been making their attacks at a penalty because the wind would have been throwing off their aim. So staying and resting actually did you a solid there.
I wonder if guns would be less effective.
Yes, it would.
Any range attack, it sounds like.
Yeah, literally any ranged attack counts, even your laser rifle.
Because, I know bullets are affected by wind, but I feel like an arrow is affected by it more.
I mean, it's one of those things where, again, D&D realism, take it or leave it.
Yeah, I was just thinking on it. I was just thinking about it.
How far away are we from Tebedra Farms?
You're about a half mile out. Why?
Hey, Lucian, you wouldn't happen to have a focus worth about 100 gold, would you?
That's all this is very oddly specific for you. Why?
I could scry on Tebedra Farms and see what your brother's planning.
She kind of squints. What kind of focus?
A jeweled horn for hearing or a glass eye for seeing.
Only thing I have is, and she is going to go into her pocket and bring out the symbol of Shiva that she still has.
I conveniently have the item that you're asking.
Yeah.
From
All I have is this. I don't know if it's what you need, but this is what I have.
You know anyone else who might have that? Will have what I'm looking for? Might be a good idea to get something.
Maybe check in with one of your paladin buddies.
That's a good point. They might have one.
I can't be the only spell user here.
I love how he's gonna try to find someone who's just walking around with a fucking glass eye in their pocket for some reason.
You know I can scry, right? With magic.
Oh.
And
I figured you would want to save your magic. This doesn't really cost me anything.
I mean, it doesn't take that much magic, really.
I just wanted to give you some peace of mind.
I don't think anything can do that at this point. But, it's a nice
Nice that you tried.
Yeah, you tried. Lucian literally gives him a badge of says you tried.
You got a little trophy that says, you tried.
All
You
right.
tried.
Anything else over the course of this long rest?
I'm gonna
I
fiddle
got
with
nothing.
some spells. I'm gonna fiddle with some spells.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
Lucian, as you take the watch, you watch as the day passes you by. The sun trails overhead, hangs in the sky, and then begins to drift over the horizon. By this point, the cold front that had kind of swept through the area has long passed. And while the winds do continue through the night, they are beginning to weaken. And the air is beginning to warm up. Although warm by Yavik standards is not much, but it is warm.
And by the way, while sleeping, did the captives wake up?
They will shortly.
I would like to see. I do have the spell. Now that I fiddled with some of my spells, and he did have a good idea, I will cast scrying, and I will scry. Trying to think, should I scry on the encampment or should I scry on my brother specifically?
Scross your brother sees him looking at Lucian.
Yeah.
God, imagine if you scried someone and it turned out they were scrying you too.
Oh my god.
Well, like, technically just that they're just staring off into space because it's like your senses go to there.
All right.
I'm gonna scry on my brother.
Okay, noted. Everyone, just go ahead and note down you have a long rest, but Lucian, first spell of the day. As the rest of the group is preparing to start waking up, as at this point the sun is beginning to set again. The plan being to get there under cover of darkness, but then by the time you actually arrive and get prepared for battle, it'll be dawn and you'll have the light. That will be a wisdom save from Lucifer. You know the target well, so -5.
Very well.
And what physical connection, if any, are you using?
My blood? Our blood that we share? I don't know.
Well, if you have a physical connection, just add more to the negative. I would. An item.
His eye?
Do you have that on you?
Oh shit, no. But sorry, I guess I misunderstood I misunderstood that for some reason.
An object connected to him, or kind of like sentimental to him.
Matthew's
Do
reaction.
I count as that?
No, you don't. So to clarify, you need either a picture of him, an object of his that you have on you, or one of his body parts, again, on you.
Does she happen to have his missing eye?
No.
All right,
Wouldn't
so
that be funny?
if you don't have any connection, that's fine. It's just, like Austin said, it would just make it easier, but it'll still happen. Okay, so with the modifier noted, that is a Z. Let me actually double check because I didn't apply his modifier to it. That is a 1 total.
Oh, okay.
That was actually almost a 0.
I think you rolled
Nice.
a 5. You get negative
Yeah, he
5.
rolled a 5, then he got a -5, then he got a +1.
Yeah,
So he got a dirty 1.
Yeah, probably one of the first dirty ones in D&D.
I mean, it's -1.
Instead of Big Brother is watching, Big Sister is watching.
All right. Lucian, as the sun begins to set and the group prepares to wake up, you begin to scry on your brother.
It could go badly.
Oh,
Probably.
Just imagine Column's now there waiting for some
Oh
special
god.
time.
Oh god. I'm gonna throw up.
This fucking group.
Wait, what was just said?
You know what it was.
I didn't. I was reading. I was
Clue.
trying to look.
It's a sex thing because sex is funny.
I didn't hear what they said.
I said it would be
Imagine if
hilarious.
Bloom is
if-
there.
Yeah, for some special time with Lucifer.
Oh god, don't make me puke. This is my brother. It's not funny.
I mean, they are a fucking like noble family. That wouldn't have been uncommon.
I'm not saying it hasn't, you know, let's move on, shall we?
Please. Lucian, you create an invisible sensor, and your senses tune into your scrying orb, and you begin to scry on Lucifer Alephakir. Your vision changes. You are currently in a room that is somewhat familiar to you. You recognize this as the living room of Caleb's adopted grandfather. The manor that you guys had visited while fighting off the ink agony. Lucifer is crouched, crisscross applesauce, in what you initially think to be meditation in front of the fireplace, which is currently alight with green, unnatural-looking flames.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, the room is much the same as when you left it. The only difference you've noticed is that the body of Caleb's adopted grandfather is turned, along with the chair, to be facing into the room rather than away from it.
That's interesting.
And the only thing that gives away that Lucifer is conscious is that he has a locket in his palm and is running his scarred fingers over it.
Can I see what is in the locket?
Roll perception.
This is gonna be so sad. It is her.
Oh,
Oh, I'm already
I-
like fully
I
prepared
just
to
read
probably
this-
cry.
The scrying. I don't know if the scrying orb is different. The scrying spell says that if you could see invisible objects, you can actually see the sensor.
yeah,
Yep.
it's basically an invisible sensor, so he's,
That would be 21.
if he has
Okay.
that capability,
Lucian, on closer inspection, the locket is two-sided. One side is a painting of your parents. The other is a painting of the two of you. And he's running his fingers over the portrait of both of you. The movement being the only indication you have that he's, again, not meditating. After a moment, he stands up, closes the locket, and throws it around his neck before stepping towards Caleb's grandfather's body, and he grabs the desiccated corpse's jaw and starts moving it in an almost like puppeteering-esque motion.
Yeah. I knew this was coming.
Oh, Lucifer, why do you look so sad? Well, I'll tell you about it. And he sits down in front of it and leans his head against the armrest of the chair, kind of moving the bony hand out of the way as he does so.
Mm-hmm.
There is a slightly important aspect. I don't know if you would remember. We burned all of the bodies when we left,
Mhm.
including
Just
the
let him
grandfather.
continue.
Yes.
Let him continue.
He pulled the body out of
Oh.
the burning.
Yeah, let him continue.
Because
Wow.
remember, when you got there, the bodies were relatively preserved because of the Ink Agony's magic. this body is desiccated, which it wasn't before.
So he took the body, put it back in the spot it was in before,
Mm-hmm.
just so he could puppeteer it.
Mm-hmm.
It really is insane.
I don't know. I thought she would just be happy, you know? I worked so hard. But, you know how sisters are, huh? He moves the corpse's mouth again. Of course I do, son. You and your sister are so much alike. Thank you. I mean, not right now, obviously, because she's fucking crazy. But that's okay. I'll be just like you. I'll be a great doctor, and I'll fix whatever's wrong with her brain. And then we can be together again. I know you and Mom are still sick, but you'll get better. She got better. And plus, Mama's new hair is so cute now. Pink is a great color on her. And we have so many more pets now. Lulu always loved the family cats, so she's going to love all of our new pets.
Oh no.
It gets worse.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, but it gets worse.
But wait, there's more.
He kind of scratches his nose thoughtfully. But, I don't know. It's just hard. I'm tired. And having to fight with her every time I see her isn't helping. Well, why don't you just forget about her and come home? It's not home if she's not there. Just like it's not home without you, Papa.
Ugh.
I know she doesn't get it, but she will. That's right, son. I'm very proud of you. Thank you, Papa.
Oh, this is so sad.
Don't worry. I'll bring her right back, and she won't be crazy anymore, and we can all be together again. You can be all mad about Mama's new hairdo. Oh, pink is such an improper color for a royal lady. And you can be like, why are all these animals following me around? And Lulu can be like, you want to go play? Show me that cool paper trick you can do.
Yeah.
And we'll go play in the hedge maze, and we'll go visit the fishermen, and everything will be fine again. Can I bring Volt with us? Of course you can! Why couldn't you? Your husband is always welcome in our home, son.
Wait, what did he say?
Volts. He said volts.
And husband.
Ugh.
Besides, he's so smart, he'll fit right in.
Oh. Lucian's trying not to throw up.
I know, Lulu's going to love him. He's
Oh,
so
no.
Don't tell him I said that, though. I know it's not polite to call big people cute, but I mean, look at him, he's cute!
Mhm.
I heard that laugh at the end, Matthew.
Things are going to be different, but that's okay. Because we're all together again. He puts his hand over the locket again, his scarred fingers tracing a pattern over the pictures. We'll all be together again. Everything's going to be fine. I just have to find it. I just have to find her. And then it'll be fine. How hard can it be to find? It's one body. I'm great at finding bodies. It only took me, 8 months to find yours. But, we have a big house. Of course, son, I understand. If it took you 8 months to search one garden, how long could it take you to search an entire country? I know, this will be easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy. Easy. He blinks and looks around. His brow furrows. And you see his artificial eye locks eyes with you before his face turns to fit it. Hi, Lulu! I know that's you. The lady in white scrying balls look different.
That's.
I know you can't talk back right now unless you want to do your 25-word thing. That's been a lot of fun, by the way. Thank you for keeping in touch. I'm guessing this means that you thought about my offer. But since you're spying on me, very rude, by the way, but I forgive you, because family forgives each other. He puts his hand over his heart and nods. Isn't that right, Papa? That's right, son. And he makes the corpse wave at you.
Mm.
The ability to see through invisible.
It's a good thing Zephyr didn't try to go over there and invisible.
But, my offer still stands. If you've come to your senses, we can go home together. All we need to do is kill Watsis. I mean, it'd be better if we take him prisoner, because my hubby-wubby wants to do it himself, but, he'll live. I mean, Watsis won't, to be clear, but, Oh, wait, I know. We can kill him, and then bring him back to life as a zombie, and then have him walk, to get killed. Everyone wins! See, this is why I've missed you. I've really missed you. I'm guessing since you're doing this, that means that you're on the way. But because you're doing this, I'm assuming that you're not happy to see me again. That figures. He stands up. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And he walks out of the room into what you recall to be the wine cellar. He comes back with his brow furrowed. Right. I keep forgetting you bastards burned this place. Whatever. He sits back down, this time directly in front of the scrying ball, and scooches forward. But when you get here, bring drinks. And we'll have a party, and all of us can kill Watsis together. Your little thievy friends can even come with us. We're done with them. The lady in white doesn't really have any more business with them, so, they're good. Have you heard from Dr. Knight lately? Oh, right. I guess you can't talk back to me yet. Well, afterwards, tell me if you guys killed her, because we're wondering where she is. If you did kill her, that's fine. Just, You guys are killing all of my new friends really fast, huh? But, that's okay. As long as I get you back, it'll all be worth it. He rocks back and forth, very childishly. As long as you don't kill Kaloum. But, everyone else, yeah, I guess it's whatever. I mean, I'd like it if you didn't, but, you've never exactly been one to do what I want. his expression kind of gets darker when he says that. Ever. But that's okay. I can forgive you for killing my friends, and for killing our parents, and for dying, and for taking out my eye, and for threatening to kill my husband, blah, 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 blah.
I like how dying was her fault.
The important thing is that I forgive you, and that I can fix it. So, I guess that's kind of it right now. You know, even I can't talk at the wall forever. Feel free to message me if you feel like it. I'll see you when you get here. And, don't try anything funny or I will kill you and all of your friends. Bye-bye! He smiles at the scrying ball and just stares at it for the remainder of the spell's duration, not even blinking.
A long rest, correct?
Yes, so the scrying spell was your first spell for the day.
Is there anybody around me right now?
You're in the camp. A few people are starting to wake up, but they're not, like, paying you a lot of attention.
I'm gonna sneak away and find a tree.
Okay. Lucian, roll stealth.
I already know what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, hopefully Tibetans are at least good at seeing people who are sneaking.
I suck at stealth. I have a +1, and I'm also using D&D Beyond. So, 10.
Alright. Lucian, as you start to creep away from the camp, you hear General Volpine's voice pipe up. Going somewhere?
Oh, don't worry. I just have to pee. Give the ghost some privacy, would you?
He just stares at you and licks his chops.
Ugh, gross. I don't even like men. Get away from me.
Flesh is genderless, girl.
Says you.
Lucian, roll deception.
Let's see how insightful Volpine is.
Oh, not good. 11. D&D Beyond hates me.
Lucian,
Yeah, it wants you to live.
Lucian, it wasn't a particularly good lie, but Volpine kind of stares at you before just shrugging. Whatever.
He doesn't care.
Either
Look,
he is a
this
hero
is the lizard
or
guy,
he
right?
doesn't
That I
care.
like.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I just have somewhere I need to be, and I'm tired of waiting.
Enough that you can't wait an hour? By all means, if you want to walk into a trap, by all means. They said I couldn't eat your brother, but they never said anything that I couldn't eat you. So if you want to go get yourself killed, be my guest.
I would prefer it if you didn't. Just
But look, as somebody who knows a thing or two about family problems, don't. At least not by yourself.
everything I've ever done was for him. Everything.
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna try to save him.
All right.
But I don't know if there's anything left to save. But I have to try.
He
The party about what she saw.
gives a shrug and leans against a nearby tree. By all means, go for it.
I'll look at the tree and look at my boots. I tried on him and it was not exactly settling.
He kind of stares at you for a moment before sighing and looking up at the stars. You know, in my family, whenever we had problems like this, we just killed each other. Because the shamans know how to bring people back. So, you know, it's not like they go anywhere. We strip their flesh to the bone, and they stay with us until their bones crumble to dust.
Yeah, see, I can bring him back literally, like as in resurrect him.
Oh.
But I fear that even if I do something like that, it will wear his mental status even lower.
Well, the skeletons my grandpa brought back were mindless, just took orders. So, if that's good enough for us, what's good enough for you? If you can't have him, what do you have left of him? Bodies rot, flesh gets eaten, bones crumble to dust. But things, thoughts, those stay around forever.
That's what I'm worried about. Is that the Lucifer that I know only exists in my memory.
Well, congratulations, he's immortal.
Well, which means that the person that I'm about to face is not.
Well, then what do you have to worry about? Seems like your problem has already solved itself.
It would seem that way, but
You're
feels
overthinking
more
it?
complicated. Probably.
He gives another shrug. The only interest I have in your brain is eating it someday. If you want to go, go. If you want to stay, stay. But don't expect me to validate you one way or the other. I have my own ass to look out for, as well as His Majesty's. You decide who you're beholden to, and act. Because all this thinking is gonna do is ripen the fruit for when I tear it out of your skull. So what are you going to do, Lucien?
She looks at the tree that he's leaning on for a long time. Well, he's waited this long. That's another hour.
At this, he actually gives you a smile and a small nod. And rifles through his pockets for a moment before fishing out what appears to be a cigar and holding it out to you. Here.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Eat it, light it on fire, sell it. What do I care? All I know is that it makes family reunions a heck of a lot easier.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Give it a sniff.
It smells terrible.
Please tell me it's weed.
It's not weed specifically, but yes, it is a narcotic.
I appreciate that. I appreciate this.
I didn't do nothing. You just made the decision you were already going to make.
I don't blame him.
Well,
it's not his fault.
Well, be sure to tell him that then. I'll be busy eating his little dwarf pets.
You still have room after the troll?
I'm saving some of it for later, letting it ferment. I'm still working my way through Fatso, and he points at the troll in the burn pit.
Yeah, she kind of like makes that face. Yeah, you enjoyed that.
Will do.
I'm gonna go talk to my party and tell them what I said.
He looks up at the sky and gives a nod. It is time for us to get moving anyway. I'll wake up the troops. You wake up the, colorful ones.
Colorful ones?
Apparently one of our other nicknames. Colorful one.
Basically, to your enemies, you're those assholes, and even to your friends, you're those weirdos.
Yeah. She kind of smiles. Yeah. Well, us does have to stick together, right? And she kind of like narrows her eye, like playful way at him.
Suppose we do, Miss Alefakir. Suppose we do. Lucian, with that, perhaps for the first time since this journey's begun, you turn away from your brother and towards your party and prepare to rouse them for the battle ahead. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Man, and I even had an idea go through my head after hearing everything. I'm like, I might have a compromise for Lucy and for Lucifer.
Well, write it down. We can use it next time.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's still very much in turmoil. Don't let her deceive.
oh, I don't think anyone's deceived.
Check out our website at officiald5hub.info. Down for maintenance at the moment, but soon to be resurrected from the grave like a filthy necromancer who went to all the trouble, let's appreciate, of physically puppeting the body rather than using necromancy.
No. I knew that was coming when you said that he had the chair that way, and I was like, yeah, no, I know him.
Check out our link in chat to join our official D5 Discord server if you want to hang out with us directly. Support our episodes posted on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Google Podcasts, and the iHeart Podcast Network, wherever you have to get your podcasts from. For our audio listeners, catch us live on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time on twitch.tv/Odd Tornado Productions. Check out Odd Tornado Productions on YouTube to catch up on anything you may have missed. Check out Odd Tornado Productions Official on Tumblr to find links to our other works, including His Majesty's Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Killer5. That is 5 with a PH, don't get it wrong. If you enjoy what we do, please support us on Patreon. That link to be posted as well. On Ko-fi at kofi.com/oddtornadoproductions. And follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/tornadoodd. The TNO are capitalized to get immediate updates whenever we go live, as well as updates on anything you may have missed from our other projects. And if you want to see more of this party, plus or minus a few, tune in Mondays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time for our Monday game, Under Locks and Keys, featuring a party of globe-trotting treasure hunters trying to assemble the artifacts of the gods in a race against technology-worshipping cultists. Thanks, everyone at the table, so much for playing. Thanks, everyone at home, for so much for watching. And we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.